This section basically will learn what are the different types of SQL statements, right? In the previous slide, we have learned what is SQL. Now we learn different types of SQL, right? So basically, your SQL statements divided into four important segments, which is your DML operation, and your DDL operation, and your DCL operation, and TCL operation, right? So in data manipulation language, basically select, insert, update, delete and merge statement belongs to this particular section, right? And what it does, using select, you can extract the data from the table. Using insert, you can store the data into the table, and using update, you can update some value to the table, and if you wanted to delete those values, you can use the delete statement. And using merge, basically you can perform delete, update or insert at the same time by applying some condition, right? So these five statements belongs to your DML operation. Now, in DDL, which is your data definition language, in this section, basically, whatever be the objects available in the database, like the main object of database is table. So, using DDL operation, you can create the object of your database using your create. If you want to do some alteration, you can do it using your alter statement. Let's say, for example, or you wanted to do some thing like what to say, the data type, or some you wanted to increase the length, you can use it using your alter statement. Drop is basically if you want to drop your table, you can use it using your drop. Rename is basically used for, let's say, for example, you have created one table which is whose name is student info, right? And later you think that no, I should change it to tab underscore student info. So using rename, you can do it. And in truncate, basically you can delete all the data of a table, right? Without giving any commit statement, right? So using truncate, you can empty the entire table, and in comment, basically you can add some comment to your tables, right? So this is basically your DDL operation. And uh, and one more thing you can say, DDL is a special type of DML operation, followed by your auto commit. We'll learn about these statement going when we will discuss about data dictionaries and all, so that the concept of DDL and DML will get more clear, right? So what is happening when we are executing the DDL operation, and where the data gets stored, whatever be the table and all information which we guys are creating, right? So we'll learn. And your data control language, which is grant and revoke. Let's say, for example, using DDL, you have created one table, right? Let's say, for example, you created one table, table X, right? And you wanted to give some access to the user Y of this table, right? So definitely, until or unless you give the grant to the user Y cannot access these table X, right? So definitely you need to give the grant to the user Y so that he can access these tables, right? So, and once you give the access to the particular user, it might be possible that the user moved to some other project, or he switched to some other company, but still you wanted to simply you wanted to revoke that permission, because that user is no longer active in your project. So you can take the you can revoke the access of that particular table uh, for that particular user using your revoke statement, right? And then your transactional control statement, which is your commit, rollback, and transaction, whatever be the transaction we are performing in your DML operation, right? Like insert, update, delete, merge, whatever be the operation you are performing. Once we think that no, my data is correct and I wanted to store this data permanently, so for that time, basically we execute your commit statement. And if you think that no, this data is not correct and we wanted to remove this data, we can simply roll back that transaction, and that data won't getting saved into your database. And save point is basically when you are performing any DML operation, right? And you wanted to split your entire transaction into different chunks. So you can create some save point. Let's say, for example, your first you have inserted something, and then you deleted something, right? Then you did some select, and then you again inserted something, then you again inserted something. So basically this one is your first transaction, this one is your second, this one is your DQL, that is your data query language, and this one is your third statement of your transaction, right? So you can create some save point for this one, like save point, like save point A, save point B, like say point B, sorry, like say point B, and for this one you can create say point C, right? So when you are, if you wanted to roll back, no, I don't want it to get store these particular set of record. You simply say roll back to roll back say point this, so the data gets rolled back up to this point, and if you follow execute your commit statement, so these two statements will get committed once you execute your commit statement, right? So so far any doubt or any confusion in this slide?
No, sir.
Anyone, any confusion to understand what is DML, what is DDL, what is DCL, what is TCL?